So hello guys, and welcome back to another video from the Whisky Speaker. I'm Nathan, and as ever I'm going to keep on saying it, I hope you are all keeping safe and well during these troubling times. Now today's whisky review will be harping back to something that I've already touched on in a previous video, the Balvenie. Now this time we're going to move on to something a little bit more exotic, the Balvenie Caribbean Cask 14-year-old. Before we do that, touch on just a little bit of a history. I'll try not to send you to sleep. Basically, Balvenie was set up in 1892, and it took 15 months to convert a mansion house from the 18th century, which was called Balvenie New House. The site of the distillery actually shares its legacy with that of the world-renowned Glenfiddich, and is owned by the same family to this day, the Grants, so Grants and Sons. So they have the two distilleries on site, Glenfiddich having been originally established in 1886. But this is where they slightly drift apart. The water source actually for the distillery is the same as Glenfiddich, Robbie Dew, I hope I'm pronouncing that right. But apart from that, that's then where the two distilleries do go their separate ways, apart from being both right in the heart of Speyside, close to the site of where the River Spey and the River Dullen meet to make their way onto the Spey. So what stands out about Balvenie? Well, Balvenie is, apart from being one of only currently 7 distilleries left in Scotland that has its own floor maltings, it also still has its own coppersmith, it still has its own cooper on site, which kind of does make it rather stand out alone distillery as far as heritage and tradition goes, and something that you can sample and witness once the distillery centre reopens up. I can't wait to get a chance to review all that for myself in the flesh, hopefully in the not too distant future. But like I say, we're going to touch on this, the Caribbean Cask. Now this is bottled at 43%, as I may have mentioned. It's on a full size bottle. A 70cl will retail in the UK anywhere from £45 up to £60, but yeah, £45 is a good deal. This has been matured in bourbon casks for 14 years, and then finished off with a little twist of rum at the end by is a brainchild product, I should say, of David Stewart MBE. Well done on you, master of malts there. But that little bit of twist really does take the whisky in a whole different direction. That West Indians rum really does transform the traditional flavours of what we perceive the Balvenie to normally be. It is actually part of now the distillery's core range, but it's not the only one that stands out as a different finish to the whisky. They've also do bourbon, which is predominant in most distilleries in Scotland, but additionally on top of that, what they're also introducing into their core range at Balvenie is also sherry, port, and a little bit of Madeira. So interestingly enough, wood finishes are obviously quite a big thing with them, and it's lovely to see, because then we get to really kind of experience all the different kind of facets and angles that they have to offer. The malt and barley, as I say, is actually proportionally from their own floor maltings, and it actually comes from a farm, the Balvenie main farm, which has over 1,000 acres up on coasting hills just overlooking the site. So let's give it a go and see what we can come up with. As ever guys, I'm always going to keep on saying it, if you've got any questions or anything you think I can be asked, that you think I might be able to help you with, then please do ask the questions, because I love to share knowledge, and most of all love to gain knowledge, and so build up a rapport with anybody. And so during this time when we've all got a spare bit of hours to while away, whilst we keep our heads down and safe, it's the perfect time to get to share experience, knowledge and everything over a lovely dram of whiskey. So the colour, depending, try and keep it in shot there. The thing is, it's funny, as I always think with whiskey, when you kind of, this is me just going a little bit off on a tangent, but when you kind of want to get down to the nitty gritty and be a bit geeky about this, colour, I always start off with, you can hold that right up to the camera. I'm going to describe it as like an amber, but the funny thing is, looking at the camera there is like a light gold, and when I hold it up to the sunlight, it kind of goes slightly either still holding amber or goes like a rose gold. But the larger the size of bottle and the more you actually have to look through the density of the liquid, the different colour variant you'll see, because obviously it's a lot more light that has to pass through the whiskey in order to basically pick up whatever colour profile that is. But that's me just going off on a tangent. For all intents and purposes for this one, I'm just going to say stick with a little bit of amber, okay? So here we go. Hopefully you guys will like the change of shirt as well. I thought, reviewing some of my old videos, I thought I ended up keep on wearing the same shirt over and over again, and people are going to start asking whether or not I've actually got a wardrobe other than 2 different shirts or so. So I thought I'd spice it up. You might have seen this one before, but hopefully it's a variant on things you've seen before. Not that you come on this channel, of course, for fashion tips, because I'll be the last one to ask. But hopefully it's a nice addition to this video, and for you guys having to watch this and hopefully enjoy. Oh, that's rich. That is so rich. Vanilla, toffee, and tropical fruits, unsurprisingly. Palate, really sweet and robust. Going back to vanilla again, oaky, orange, kind of breaking down a little bit, touching back onto the tropical fruits, but on the palate I go orangey as a very kind of faint trace with mango, and then finished off absolute great mouthfeel in that, long, spicy, and as ever holding on there right as rain, vanilla. I think so far I've definitely got to say that's probably my favourite Balvenie, but time will tell. I've only explored a couple, and I've definitely got a few more Balvenies to line up to give a review, but obviously don't take my word for it. As ever, go and explore yourself where you can, whether it be a pub, just having a measure when they open, of course, and we're all behaving ourselves, or obviously whenever the opportunity at a whisky fair or whatever area you go to enjoy your whisky, try out the Balvenies. A massive, brilliant range. So yeah, definitely my favourite. I hope that's given you guys an insight or a little bit of a great overview into what it takes to make the Balvenie 14-year-old. As ever, quickly dash over that again. If you've got any questions, any queries, anything you think I can answer, don't ask me about my shirt or fashion, as I've already kind of pointed out, then please do send on the questions, and I would love to hear from you. As ever, next week, if I've got a chance, I will try and pop on another video, maybe either a tasting review, or I might find out some fun facts about whiskey, or anything that pops into my head that I can think that would be vaguely entertaining for you guys to enjoy. So thank you once again for joining me here today. Keep safe as ever, and I look forward to all seeing you again soon. Bye for now.